All right, Gamecock Nation, welcome back to another video with Gamecock Chuck. Hey, be sure you're hitting that like button, right? Helps the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button if you like this kind of content. I'm trying to put out good content for you guys, so let me know what's going on. And I appreciate you all so much. Today, we're going to talk about some impact freshmen, right? There are several freshmen on this roster that could give South Carolina some meaningful snaps this year, could make a huge impact on this team this year. There's at least five, I believe, that I see that could make an impact on South Carolina heading into the season. But I want to know y'all's opinion as well as I go through these things. Y'all let me know if I left anybody out or whatever. Number one, the first one, right? We're going to be on the offensive side of the ball, right? We're going to be on the offensive side of the ball first. Left tackle. I really like Big Tree, but there's going to be some playing time divvied out between him and Big Josiah Thompson. That true freshman right there is massive. That dude is, about 6'8", 6'7", something like that. Big dude, man. He is a big, strong, physical freak of nature on the offensive line. Right there out of Dillon, South Carolina. Last year we couldn't protect Spencer Rattler. We seemed to couldn't open up a lot of holes for the running backs. And we gave up 41 sacks, I believe it was. 41 sacks, 41. I believe it was 41. But we gave up a lot of sacks, right? Way too many. We gave up 9 to freaking a sorry-ass North Carolina defense, right? And I was there that game, and that was hard to watch, man. Hard to watch. But I think Josiah Thompson, right, the big true freshman out of Dillon, South Carolina, I think he's going to make a huge impact on this team this season, right? He could end up being the starting left tackle, which is a position that we need to shore up. We need to keep Lenoris upright. We need to give him time in the pocket. We need to have a clean pocket for him in order for him to be successful, right? And I think Josiah Thompson could be that guy. Like I said, I like Big Tree. I like Big Tree Babalade. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of buzz has been put with Josiah Thompson's name. And I think he's going to make an impact on his team this year. Whenever he's in the game, he's going to keep Lenoris upright. I really feel that way. He's a real good offensive lineman. Good footwork, good hand placement, explode off the ball. He's just a big talent, right? A lot of people wanted this young man coming out of high school. He's one of our top rated recruits, I believe. Him and Dylan Stewart were both up there, but I think he was up there probably second, I believe. But either way, he was a talent, right? He was wanted by a lot of teams, and South Carolina kept him in state, and that's huge for the Gamecocks, right? We always preach, Coach Beamer always preach about winning the state, keeping the talent in the state of South Carolina, and we did that with him. And like I said, I think he's going to have an impact on this team. I think he's going to push Big Tree for that left tackle spot. And don't be surprised next week when Coach Beamer, I believe next week when Coach Beamer puts out the roster, the depth chart, I think it's next week. Don't be surprised if Josiah Thompson is not the starting left tackle. I'm just saying. I don't have any inside knowledge or anything, or I'm not in the know with the staff or anything, but don't be surprised if Josiah Thompson's not your starting left tackle. Who knows? We shall see. Staying with the offensive side of the ball. Another true freshman that I think can have an impact on this team. I don't think it's going to be this guy right here. I don't think it's going to be as huge of an impact as I think Josiah Thompson will have, or another two on the offensive side of the ball. But I think Matthew Fuller, man, the running back, I think he's got an opportunity to do some good things at South Carolina. Could he make an impact this year? I think it depends, because we got a good, stable running backs ahead of him, right? Got DJ Braswell that was here last year, did some good things down the stretch. Got Rocket Sanders we brought in from Arkansas through the transfer portal. Oscar Attaway, brought him in from North Texas. And Jawan Howell, which was like the MEAC MVP, I guess it was, a running back. Real good running back in the MEAC. I can't remember what award it was, but he was like a MEAC running back, All-American or something like that. But either way, we got a good, stable running backs ahead of him. But there's been some buzz about him too. There's been a lot of good talk about Matthew Fuller headed into this season. So don't sleep on that young man. He is a good running back, hard-nosed, downhill runner that will truck you and run right over you. So don't sleep on Matthew Fuller. He may make an impact, but I just don't think it's going to be quite as big an impact. But I think he'll have a small impact on this team. The next offensive player, freshman. All these are true freshmen, right? The next one is on my list, Michael Smith, the tight end. Wow, that dude made a catch in practice last week. That thing was phenomenal, man. He went over the top of that DB and just brought it down. I won't say, yeah, it was one-handed. He brought it down one-handed in the back of the end zone at the end line. So, I mean, it was just great. The way he did his body, contorted his body. I mean, it was crazy. It was a phenomenal catch. If you haven't seen it, y'all need to go check it out. But I mean, this young man is getting some buzz around the fall camp as well, the fall practice as well. Big body tight end to go along with Josh Simon, because Josh Simon's our returning tight end as far as production. We do have Maurice Brown, but he's primarily he's always been primarily a special teams player. So although Coach Beamer said Maurice Brown was going to get more playing time, I don't know if he meant get him out there on the offensive side of the ball, which I'd like to see him do that because he's put in his work, put in his time on the special teams. But I'd like to see him out there as well, blocking, getting a couple catches downfield. I heard he's got some wheels on him, but I don't know. I haven't really. Maybe I've seen him, but I just didn't recognize who he was. But I heard he's got some wheels on him as well, so I'd be excited to see him out there. But going back to Michael Smith, I think we're going to see that young freshman out there. It's going to be hard to keep him off the field from everything I've been hearing here lately. The young man's a talented tight end. A lot of people want him as well. He came out of the Savannah, Georgia area. So I don't know how we snagged him out of there, but hey, kudos to Dow Loggins and the staff for getting him. Because I think he was recruited by Dow Loggins when he was at Arkansas. I believe that's how it was. And he really liked Coach Loggins, and we were very fortunate to get him. And he's another one of these freshmen that I feel like is going to make an impact on the team this year. I think he's going to be out there in the mix with him, Maurice Brown, Josh Simon, and Brady Hunt. There's 4 tight ends we're going to roll out there. I think all 4 of them is going to probably play a good bit. And like I said, I think Michael Smith, don't be surprised that young man don't get a couple touchdowns this year. How about 2 or 3 touchdowns? I'm going on record and say that. He may have more than that. He may be probably the best tight end we have out there. I don't know. I wish I could predict the future for you guys, but I'm excited for him. I think he's going to do good things, and he'll make an impact on the team this year. Another guy from the offense. We got a lot of good offensive players that could make an impact this year. And this one right here should come as no surprise. I'm talking about Mazio Bennett, the wide receiver out of Greenville, the Greenville, South Carolina area. Another one of these highly rated recruits. I think he's a 4-star recruit, high 4-star recruit. Good route runner, explosive player. Coach Beamer said today in his press conference that Mazio was a gamer, right? When the lights come on, it's just like that switch just flips, right? And he becomes a gamer, and he's a beast, a handful out there on the field from what the way Coach Beamer kind of explained it. But I think he's going to be in the mix as far as the wide receiver room. Coach Beamer spoke about the wide receiver room today, talked a lot about different players, how, there's still good competition at the wide receiver room. They all competing. Mazio is one that he mentioned that's been doing good things. He just basically talked about the wide receiver room and how, if they can help, in the wide receiver, as far as that wide receiver aspect, or if they can help in the special teams, it's a good opportunity. They're going to travel with the team, going to be on the roster or be in the starting lineup or in the rotation. So Mazio Bennett's another freshman that I'm looking forward to. I think he's going to make an impact on this team, right? Now let's go switch gears. Let's switch gears to the defensive side of the ball. Another area of concern headed into the season. Well, actually a couple of areas that I'm going to talk about here. But the first area of concern that we had last year was the pressure. We couldn't get no pressure on the quarterback. We were like dead last in sacks, dead last in tackles for loss or something like that. just no pressure. Could never get any pressure on the quarterback. And when we did, we couldn't bring him down, it seemed like. So what does Coach Beamer do? He goes out there and gets a freak of an athlete from the DMV area, Dylan Stewart. That's right, Dylan Stewart, the true freshman. That dude's going to make an impact this year. That dude is going to make an impact this year. I've heard nothing but great things about that young man throughout the spring and the fall. And, man, it's going to be hard to keep that young man off the field as well. If you haven't seen his transformation pictures from the beginning of spring when he first got there until now, y'all need to go check that out, man. That dude's a beast, man. That's all I can say. He's put on, he's got cut, got ripped. That dude is something else. And yeah, he's gonna make an impact coming off that edge. In the Under Armour game, when I was watching it, they showed a highlight. I believe if I'm not mistaken, it was Jordan Seaton, the big offensive lineman that committed to Colorado. If I'm not mistaken, he put him on his backside a couple times, trying to get to the quarterback. So that young man's explosive off the ball. Got good moves, good techniques, got a high motor, can get to the quarterback, and I think he's going to bring us up from the bottom of the list as far as sacks and tackles for loss, and going to get us up there. I'd probably say we're going to come up a good bit as far as the sacks and tackles for loss. I'm going to go on record and say that as well about that. But I'm excited to see him get out there. He's going to make an impact on the defensive side of the ball into this season. And then another freshman that I've heard some good things about that could be an impact player on the defensive side of the ball was Fred J.R. Johnson. I think that's how you say his name, J.R. It's kind of different spell. It's not like J.R. It's like J-A-Y-R, capital R. But Fred Johnson, man, he is a linebacker that a lot of people have been speaking about, talking about, raving about. High motor, good tackler, phenomenal sideline to sideline speed. I'm excited about that young man. Can't wait to see him. He's probably not going to make a big impact like some of the other ones I mentioned, but he's going to make I'd say he'd make a minimal impact on the team this year. He's going to get some playing time as well as a bunch of the freshmen, but we shall see how this season plays out for him. But that's just some guys I wanted to hit on as far as freshmen. Get in the comments. Let me know. Let me know one that I may have missed that sticks out in y'all's mind, right? That y'all are excited about seeing. Let me know in the comments if there's something I might have missed. Oh yeah, today Coach Beamer during his weekly press conference, he announced that Lenore Sellers will be the starting quarterback in Game 1. So excited for that young man and his talent. I can't wait to see him out there. He's probably going to play about, if I had to guess, probably about 3 quarters or so. Just enough to get out there and get some rhythm, get in a rhythm, kind of, just showcase his talent and just get in the game and just, get ready for the rest of the season, right? I think he's going to do some great things for us, and I'm excited for that young man, and congratulations to him for getting the starting job. And can't wait to see how this season goes. But yeah, y'all do all them things, like I said. Get in the comments. Let me know if I left somebody out. Hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. And until the next video, y'all have a blessed day. Gamecock Chuck. See you guys around.